Broadcasting live from somewhere in the Shadow Realm, this is YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Here's your host, Doug Dimmadoo.
Hey there, welcome to another episode of YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Today, we're going to go take a look at some of the news now for the weekend of August 26, 2017. See what's going on around the Duel Links world right now. It seems like they're moving a lot on just a ton of different news updates. So, yeah, there is some cool stuff. The first one I want to talk about is the card trader inventory. Looks like we got a few new cards that are now being added to the rotation within the card trader. So what I want to do is go through the four of them. He's added four. The first one is the super rare Doom Shaman. Now, this is a level 6 spellcaster Gemini with 2400 attack and 2000 defense. Now, as a typical Gemini monster, this card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. While this card is a normal monster on the field, you can normal summon it to have it become an effect monster with the following effect. Now, this effect here is really, really good. Once per turn, you can special summon one fiend-type monster from your hand or from either graveyard. When this card leaves the field, destroy all fiend-type monsters special summoned by this effect. So this card is just a great piece, not just in a general Gemini deck because of its, its high attack power. 2400 for a level 6 monster is always a good thing to have, but just the fact that, my goodness, this fits so well into Fiend-type decks. And, just being able to special summon on a whim. And seeing as there's a lot of other players who like to use Fiend-type monsters also, and they're sending a lot of them to the graveyard, you could actually take advantage and end up special summoning one of their Fiend-type monsters. So this card just works out really, really well, because Fiends find their way into the graveyard rather quickly. And I could see this card getting a lot of use, especially with the skill Fiend Farewell and or the trap card as well that sends a fiend monster to the graveyard. There's just so many combos you're going to be able to pull using Doom Shaman, and this is the one out of the bunch that I find is absolutely just an absolutely great card to have. Next we have the other super rare Featherizer. This is a level 2 spellcaster with 700 attack and 1100 defense. Now what this card does is when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can send one Gemini monster from your deck to the graveyard and draw one card. So I like this one just to set up plays from the graveyard. This could work out with the Red Lotus as well, because that monster is able to bring out any normal monster from your graveyard, and seeing as all Gemini monsters are treated as normal monsters while in the graveyard, you're able to really do some good combo plays while also having some draw power. The only downside to this card is that it has to be destroyed by battle for its effect to be activated. So seeing as now I'm seeing a lot of different monsters who are running effect heavy decks where either they're using spell and trap cards or monster effects to destroy different monsters, Featherizer's effect may not necessarily be able to activate in that regard. So that's just one thing to keep an eye on, is just the fact that it has to be destroyed by battle. But for a super rare, this card is pretty good. It's one that you can absolutely fit into your deck and not have too many issues with. This is a great Gemini support card, and it's nice to see that they're putting a little bit more support for Geminis little by little, and this is just one example of that. So now we're going to go into the two rare cards. Now that we've already looked at two super rares, we're going to look at the first rare, Where Art Thou? Where Art Thou is a spell card where if you control a face-up level 1 monster, add one level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, take 2,000 damage if you did not normal summon the added monster, or a card with the same name after activating this card. So, the name of the game is to have level 1 monster already on the field when you activate this card, and hopefully you did not use your normal summon yet, or you'll be searching for a level 1 monster that can be special summoned one way or another, or you may even have a double summon. That way you don't end up getting hit with that 2,000 damage from that secondary effect. So, although maybe right now there's not a lot of good plays you're able to do with this card, I think there are going to be some more opportunities to take advantage of Where Art Thou down the road. Once we get more additional box sets and more powerful level 1 monsters, because I'm just thinking about using this with some of those Legend of the Black Stone and something along those lines. Once those cards actually hit Duel Links, and it's if they hit Duel Links, you're going to have a lot of powerful level 1 cards that are going to get some plays going for you. So using the spell card is just a good way to get that card quicker out of your deck. So it's just another pretty good search card. Then you have another rare, Magic Deflector. This is one that, for what it is, I absolutely recommend picking up multiple copies once it shows up into your card trader. But Magic Deflector is a trap card where for the rest of this turn, you negate all equip, field, continuous, and quick play spell card effects on the field. Now it includes yours as well. But what this makes me think of is the fact that this doesn't destroy, but it negates. I really like this card a lot, especially when you're going up against Toon decks. That's like the first thing that hit my mind is just that you're able to negate that Toon Kingdom card using Magic Deflector during your paddle phase at least. So that way, if you're going and destroying some of your opponent's Toon monsters, the Toon Kingdom cannot save them. And so it's just overall, it's just really, really good that the effect is negated. And I'm just impressed. This is going to be only a rare card, so it's not going to be all that costly. So this is going to be one of those that, depending on the deck that you're running and depending on what you're going to be putting your deck together for, you would be able to use Magic Deflector in a lot of situations. So just another really, really good card to have. That one is highly, highly recommended. So that's what's coming to the card trader. Pretty good stuff there. And if you haven't noticed already, if you've updated to the version 1.9.0, the card trader is going to look a little bit different in terms of it's not going to be as clustered with all of that, with all the glossy and prismatic promotions. There's kind of more of a drop-down button now to do all that. But anyway, that's I just wanted as a reminder, just as a public service announcement, so to speak, is to make sure that you do update to version 1.9.0. If you're like me, you would have to go back to the Google Play Store or maybe your Apple App Store or something along those lines, and you're able to update the game from there, because I believe all the updates are going to be done by the 29th, so that is the last day that you'll be able to get the update, and I think it will automatically force the update. But if you got some free time, it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take very long. I think it was I can't think it was more than 16 megabytes, I think, for the update. Something like that. But the update won't take long, but then it'll get everything ready for all of the new events that are going to be coming out, because I know that we're doing a new event, which I'm actually going to talk about right now. There's a new event coming out between August 29th and September 11th, and it is called the Duelist Chronicles Set Sail for the Kingdom event. So all it says is you are invited to Duelist Kingdom. So what this tells me is that it looks like we're going to be following along kind of like what was going on within the original anime there, where they're going to Duelist Kingdom to try and defeat Pegasus and all go against each other on this Duelist Kingdom island, whatever you want to call it. And, oh man, so if this is anything like that, I'm very curious to see how they're going to run this event. And I think that was part of what a lot of this preparation for version 1.9.0 was going to be put into. So this makes me wonder what characters are we expecting to see? What events are we expecting to see while this whole set sail for the Kingdom event is going on? I'm not too sure exactly what legendary duelist we can expect to possibly obtain, but what's been floating around is YuGiOh. So hopefully that could happen, because I wouldn't mind picking up YuGiOh, or I wouldn't mind just having another legendary duelist in general. I know for a lot of you who have been playing the game for a while and you're kind of maxing out all the levels of your characters, having a new legendary duelist gives you something else to grind for, collect some gems, collect some new cards. So it's always a great thing when we're able to get another unlockable legendary duelist. So that's something to look forward to. I really don't have too much information about it for now, but when I do, I'll definitely bring it up in an upcoming podcast episode, and we'll kind of dive deeper into the event and some of its nuances. But for now, Mokuba's still hanging around Duel World. I'm getting a little salty right now because 90% of the time I'm getting level 30 Mokubas, and the few times I'm getting level 40 Mokubas, he's really not dropping a whole lot. So this one's been a little frustrating, but I think we're not even halfway done yet with the event, so I'm going to try and grind it out to the best that I can, and hopefully Mokuba is going to drop some good ultra rares and some good super rares, but not a whole lot yet, unfortunately. But we'll anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox on that. But other than that, there are some card issues that they're working to fix, one of which involves Naturia Marin and Naturia Pumpkin. So apparently There's just a few issues that they're having. Same thing with Toon Kingdom, with Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke attacking one of your Toon monsters. Toon Kingdom doesn't protect it, even though it should. Same thing with Super Rush Headlong. If your opponent attacks into you with Super Rush Headlong, and you use your Toon Kingdom to keep your monster from getting destroyed, if the monster's attack is still higher than whatever your attack or defense was of your Toon monster, and they defeat you in battle, you don't get to activate Toon Kingdom again. And this is definitely not how the card was set up, so they're trying to fix all of those bugs. There's also the Hazy Flame Sphinx, which I think has been an issue for a while, so they're going to work on fixing a lot of these things, and they're acknowledging these common issues. So that's just kind of where we're at for now, and hopefully as they end up doing more within the game, more updates, they'll fix and patch some of these bugs. So in the meantime, that's pretty much it for the news in Duel Links, and if there's anything that you want me to discuss or anything that you would like to add, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at YuGiOh Deck Talk. It's all one word, at YuGiOh Deck Talk. And we have recently launched our blog, and you could check that out, bookmark it. We'll usually do up-to-the-minute updates if something good comes out that's worth talking about. We'll also do a few card discussions, and I'll tend to rate some of the cards as well. So if you want to see my card ratings, go ahead and check out the blog. It's YuGiOhDeckTalk.wordpress.com. Again, that's YuGiOhDeckTalk.wordpress.com. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look at, a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of Duel Links heavy stuff going on right now, because there's always something new. It seems like every day that I open the app. So anyway, that's it for today's episode. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.